Natural resources. Natural resources are all biotic and abiotic assets that are on the surface of the earth and can be used to meet the needs of human life. Classification of natural resources based on their nature. There is non-renewable natural resources and renewable natural resources. Natural resources that cannot be renewed, called non-renewable. It is a natural resource of economic value which cannot be easily replaced by natural means in a short time. For example, petroleum, mining materials, natural gas, gold, and other mineral materials. Renewable natural resources. It is an economically valuable natural resource that can be used repeatedly and replaced by natural processes, for example, wind, water, land, geothermal, and tidal energy. Natural resources classification based on the material. There is living or biotic natural resources. Utilization of the elements of living things or organisms in meeting the needs of life, for example, plants and animals. Also, there is no living or abiotic natural resources. Utilization of inanimate elements in meeting the needs of life, for example, the use of sunlight and river water flows as a source of energy used to drive a generator to produce environmentally friendly electricity. Natural resources classification based on distribution in Indonesia. There are natural resources in water areas such as fishing and coastal, also natural resources in the mainland such as agriculture, livestock, forestry, and mining. Number 1. Natural resources in water areas. Utilization of the wealth of biotic or abiotic elements in water areas is the process of fulfilling living needs. Fishing. In Indonesia, it can be divided into two, namely capture fisheries and aquaculture. Capture fisheries are obtained from fishing activities in their natural habitat such as the sea, river, or lake. Cultivation fisheries is obtained from the activity of cultivating fish, seeds in a pond or a certain place which will be harvested later. Coastal. Coastal areas including land and water areas. Natural resources included in the coastal wealth are coral reefs and mangrove forest. Number 2. Natural resources in the mainland. Utilization of the wealth of biotic or abiotic elements in land areas in the process of fulfilling life needs. Agriculture. Indonesia's natural potential is very supportive of the development of an agricultural system, such as the field system, the yard system, the plantation system, and the rice field system. All of these agricultural systems are adapted to the physical characteristics of an area. Current developments in biotechnology make harvesting progress faster. Livestock. Animal husbandry in Indonesia is classified into three categories, namely large animal husbandry, small animal husbandry, and poultry farming. Forestry. As a tropical country with high rainfall, Indonesia has a large number of tropical rainforests. In addition, tropical forests produce various kinds of wood, which can be exported and processed into various kinds of furniture and other equipment. Mining. Indonesia, as a country passed by the Ring of Fire, has great potential in the mining sector. Mining products that are managed are in the form of oil, natural gas, rocks, and minerals. Buy and sells. Buying and selling activities at school. Stalls at school. This shop sells various foods and various soft drinks, such as breads, biscuits, snacks, soup rice, orange ice or juice, and others. The buyers are mostly students. They buy food during break time. They come together. Some have seats inside and others sit outside. It's very crowded. School canteen. Stalls around the school are smaller and simpler. The price of the goods is cheaper. School stalls are usually managed by school guards, while the school canteen has a bigger room. The spatial arrangement is better. However, the price of the goods is more expensive because the canteen is managed by residents outside the school. They rented the place. The stalls around the school and the canteen inside the school both sell food and drinks. Mobile seller. They usually come to crowded places like schools. In school, there are many mobile salesmen. They carry various kinds of merchandise. There are snacks and soft drinks, sometimes also various kinds of toys. The buyers are students. The price is also cheap. You can choose the food you like, choose a drink or a toy. School cooperative. The school cooperative is a training ground for economic activities in schools. Its shape is like a shop. School cooperatives are jointly managed by school members. The school cooperative provides school equipment. Teachers or students can buy in this cooperative. The school cooperative provides snacks and soft drinks. Prices at school cooperatives are very cheap because it is adjusted to the students' abilities. Mobile promotion. This activity is carried out individually or in groups. There are also direct companies. For example, a shoe or slippers trader. They come to schools. They offer their merchandise to the teachers. The buyer depends on the place visited. When it is at schools, the buyers are teachers. Buying and selling activities at home. Grocery store. This shop sells basic necessities. These items are called groceries. Basic food is the 9 basic ingredients: rice, cooking oil, vegetables and fruit, sugar, salt, beef, eggs, milk, and LPG. Food stalls. These food stalls sell food and drinks. The price is cheap. There are many buyers. There are adults or children. Buyers can eat on the spot or take home. Takeaway food is usually wrapped. Bike store. There are provided various types of bicycles. We can choose the preferred bike. There are many bicycle shops in the city because the city is crowded, so that there are many buyers. Drugstore. Drugstore sells various kinds of drugs. Drugstores serve doctors' prescriptions. There are drugstores in various regions, cities, and villages. If you are sick, buy medicine at the drugstore. The staff will help us. He gives us the medicine we are looking for. If it is suitable, we'll pay. At the pharmacy, the price is fixed, no negotiable. The pharmacy also serves to check the patient's condition. Drugstores are managed by pharmacists. They are experts in the field of medicine. Supermarket. It is called a supermarket because we serve ourselves. We can choose our own goods. Even we can take it ourselves, not through supermarket waiters. Then we go to the cashier. Cashier is a place of payment in supermarkets. After we pay, then we go home. Traditional market. Traditional market with supermarkets both differ in service. In traditional markets, there is bargaining. If in the supermarket, the price is fixed, not negotiable. Buyers choose their own desired items. There are traditional markets in villages and cities. Supermarkets are only available in town. Animal market. Animal market is a place to buy and sell pets. Also sold a variety of livestock, from goats, cows, buffalo, and horses. A healthy house environment. Home is where we live. Home affects our health. Each house has a different shape. Your house is different from your friend's house. Likewise, the amount of the room. House is the building where we live. In the house, there are various rooms. Every room has a function. Let's take a look at Amy's house. This is Amy's house. Amy's house has several rooms. This room is called the living room. It is located at the front of Amy's house. In the living room, there are chairs and tables. There is one living room in Amy's house. This room is called the bedroom. It is next to the living room. In the bedroom, there is a bed. There is also a wardrobe. This space is called the dining room. It is in the middle of Amy's house. In the dining room, there is a dining table and chair. There is one dining room at Amy's house. This space is called the kitchen. It is in the back of Amy's house. In the kitchen, there are cooking tools. There is one kitchen in Amy's house. This space is called the bathroom. It is in the back of Amy's house. In the bathroom, there is a bath, there is a toilet, there is one bathroom in Amy's house. This space is called the family room. It is in the middle of Amy's house. In the family room, there is a television. There is also a sitting area. There is one family room in Amy's house. This room is called the garage. It is located on the side of Amy's house. In the garage, there is a car and a motorbike. There is one garage in Amy's house. A clean and healthy home. The house describes the people who live in it. If your house is neat and clean, you will be healthy. But if your house is dirty, you may get sick. Characteristics of a healthy house. The house will be healthy if we take good care of it. Healthy house will make us feel comfort. Has air holes or ventilator. Air must be able to go in and out. Equipped with windows and doors, the room will be refreshed. A healthy house needs light. Light can come from lamps, also from the sun. Those are some characteristics of a healthy home. Is your house including a healthy house? Keep the house clean. Here are some examples of the ways to clean house. Sweep the floor. Clean guest tables and chairs. The living room becomes clean. Guests sit comfortably. Make the bed. Amy is diligent in making the bed. Amy arranges the bed sheet. Amy folds the blanket. Amy arranges the pillow and bolster. Amy also cleans the bed. The bedroom becomes healthy. The bedroom not become a mosquito's nest. That's an example of how to clean the house. How do you clean the house? The benefits of a healthy house. Comfortable to live in. The family will be healthy, not get sick easily. The history of Indonesian money. Indonesian currency has changed over time. If we now transact with rupiah, Indonesian in ancient times did it with other currencies, such as gold and silver coins. In the colonial era, money was exchanged for guilders, the currency of the Netherlands. In years 800 until 1600, a variety of payment methods were used. Between 800 and 1600 Anno Domini, transactions were made in gold and silver coins. The first coin products found in Indonesia came from the Sailendra dynasty, which was produced from the 9th to 12th centuries. Apart from using gold and silver coins, strands of beads were also used as a medium of exchange. These beads were produced by the Srivijaya kingdom in Sumatra and spread to the island of Java, Kalimantan, to eastern Indonesia, such as Maluku. Not only that, at the end of the 13th century, the Majapahit Empire received the arrival of Chinese traders and made coins from copper as a medium of exchange at the time. In the year of 1600 until 1942, using the Dutch colonial currency, when the Europeans started coming to Indonesia, they brought gold coins from Portugal and Venice, silver dollars from Bolivia, Peru, and Mexico, which then became the main trading coins for several hundreds of years. Then the Dutch East Indies Company in the 17th century imported silver coins to help trade at that time. In 1724, the company began producing copper coins on its own in 6 provinces in the Netherlands and imported in large quantities during the 18th to the 19th centuries. Then the first banknotes appeared in 1752 due to the formation of the bank current and bank fund leaning after the VOC went bankrupt on December the 31st, 1799, the Batavian Republic issued its own money and made silver guilder coins in 1802. In 1942 until 1945 under the Japanese colonial period, in 1942, Japan invaded the Dutch East Indies government and took over the entire country. Japan brought in its own currency including local money and guilders, then dissolved the banks, including the Javaschi Bank. After that, there were banknotes issued by the Japanese Regjering and become legal tender since March 1942. Japanese money was supposed to have the same values as Dutch money, but there was hyperinflation during the excessive printing of money. In 1944, Japan issued money that was printed in Indonesian. This stock of banknotes remained in use by the Indonesian government until 1946, when the new government was able to print its own money. The Dutch came back to take Indonesia and issue the Nika Gulden. At the end of the war, allies of Nika began to take over control of Indonesia and print Nika guilders in 1943. This money was distributed in Papua, Maluku, and Kalimantan. Then, when Nika money first appeared on the island of Java, Sukarno issued an immediate decision on October 2nd in 1945 stating that Nika banknotes were illegal. Due to difficulties in circulating money, eventually the Nika money was no longer valid and was not used. In 1945, Indonesia began printing the rupiah currency. In 1945, following the proclamation of independence, the Indonesian government decided it was time to make its own currency. Then the government declared that Indonesia's new central bank was Bank Negara Indonesia, which was founded on July the 5th in 1946 and occupies an office at the Devasji Bank in Yogyakarta. The Indonesian rupiah was first issued on October the 3rd in 1946. Meanwhile, the previously prevailing currencies such as Nika currency or Japanese currency had to be submitted to the bank by October the 30th. In 1946, for your information, 1 year rupiah was equivalent to 0.5 grams of gold. In 1965 until 1991, there was massive inflation. Inflation was rampant from 1961 until 1965 and was up to 363% higher than in 1958. As a result of this chaos, prices also shot up. As a result of this inflation, several new rupiah nominal values were added. In 1970, Bank Indonesia added 5,000 rupiah and 10,000 rupiah to the new banknote. In 1992 until 1999, before and after the economic crisis, the Asian financial crisis that occurred in 1997 until 1998 reduced the value of the rupiah by 80%. This is also what led people to overthrow Suharto from the presidency he had occupied for 32 years. In June 1998, the rupiah hit a low of 16 and 800 rupiah per 1 US dollar. The 50,000 rupiah denomination that previously had a picture of Suharto was replaced with a picture of W.R. Supratman. This was done to mark the end of Suharto's rule and to start a new chapter in the reform era. In 2000 until 2005, the 100 and 500 banknotes were discontinued. In 2000, production of 100 and 500 rupiah banknotes was officially discontinued. However, this termination was in line with the new banknotes of 1,000 rupiah and 5,000 rupiahs. Around 2004, the 20,000 banknote was introduced. Meanwhile, in 2005, the board of directors of Bank Indonesia redesigned the 10,000 rupiahs and 50,000 rupiahs banknotes. In 2016, Bank Indonesia launched a new series of banknotes as we know it today. In 2016, the latest changes were made, precisely on the 19th of December 2016. Bank Indonesia launched a new design for banknotes and rupiah coins. Bank Indonesia also posted the text "The Unitary State of the Republic of Indonesia" on banknotes, instead of writing Bank Indonesia, as in the previous money series.